公民总主笔。
Welcome to Residence Messenger Show on Taipei Broadcasting Station. I'm your host, Ross Darrell Feingold. Today we have not one, but two very special guests from the Junior Chamber International, very important non-government organization here in Taiwan. Our guests are Kermit Ho and Barry Huang.
Nice to meet you. I'm Barry.
And Kermit, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Kermit.
You have the great name. So Kermit, first, before we get into any more details about Junior Chamber International, tell us, how did you become Kermit?
Actually, when I was young, my English teachers just gave me this name.
Yeah. Well, you're still young. That's why you're involved in the Junior Chamber, right? You have to be very young to be in the Junior Chamber?
Yeah. We have the 18 to 40 years old.
Okay, well, 40 is not that young.
In Taiwan, it's pretty young.
That's true. If you look at the politicians, usually in Taiwan, and the business leaders, they tend to be a little older. But before we talk in greater detail about the great work that the Junior Chamber International does, tell our audience a little bit about yourselves. Barry, where are you from originally?
I'm from Tainan City, in the south of Taiwan.
Okay. And did you grow up like in the part that's the city part, or like the part that used to be the Tainan Xian, the old county part, the rural countryside part?
I'm grown in Tainan City, the central of the Tainan, so it's more popular than Tainan County.
Yeah, Tainan is such a great place to visit. So many temples, good things to eat. It's really popular for tourism now.
Yes.
And Kermit, how about you? Where did you grow up?
In Hualien.
In Hualien, which is another beautiful part. What are you guys doing in Taipei City? Barry, when you were a child in beautiful Tainan,
yes,
what did you want to be?
Be a lawyer is my dream.
From the time you were a child?
Maybe in the elementary school.
What, did you want to sue your teachers?
No, not sue my teacher. Think to be a lawyer is very honor. Yes,
it's true. It's a very prestigious job. You actually get to help people as well, which is the good part about being lawyers. Although, being a lawyer myself, I know a lot of people don't really like lawyers because we usually have to charge them money for our services. Kermit, when you were a child, what did you want to be?
Yeah, I want to be a teacher or a programmer.
Like computer programming?
Yeah.
Did you play a lot of video games?
Yes, I played online games.
Which was your favorite video games growing up?
A lot of, it cannot count.
But what about community activities? Because now you're involved and you're in leadership positions in JCI. When you were younger, or when you were in school, did you do a lot of community activities, a lot of volunteering? Did you do things like that?
Actually, in my student area, I don't get a lot involved in community activities.
Because you're too busy studying for law?
Yes, study.
How about you, Kermit?
Yeah, I do a lot. Because I stay in Hualien, so we have the long beach. So every weekend we have the clean beach.
Oh, you do the cleanup on the beach?
Yeah. So I joined that many times when I was a student.
Okay. Starting from how young?
Until junior high school.
Oh, so quite young you started volunteering your time.
Yes.
So you've always had an interest in the community groups.
Yes, in Hualien too.
Okay, well, but Barry, so when you're in university and you're busy studying, just no time for volunteering?
No.
Just study?
And maybe play. I'm not really spend much time to do the volunteer job. Maybe clean the environment near the school, but not really allow time to in the community.
Okay, in addition to JCI, both of you are also involved in some other volunteer activities right now. Kermit, you're involved with a youth committee of the Hualien County government. Tell us what they do.
We are the young people, and we wanted to do something for government, but if the government didn't know many things about the youth, so we just have them to give them suggestions. We have the 1 month, 1 time meeting. And we will.
You meet with the younger people, or you meet with the government?
Government.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you tell them? Give us an example of something you told the government officials, like feedback.
Because I'm a designer, so I focus on the beauty of Hualien. My main project is like that. I wanted the city to get more clear and the beauty. So my suggestions about this way. But some people is about the business and use our also is our the local people because we people in Hualien we just move from to Taipei too many people, so we don't have the
So what will stop? What will prevent more young people from leaving Hualien and coming to Taipei? Although I like Taipei, it's okay if people come to Taipei, but what more could you do to stop that? What do young people in Hualien need in order to stay in Hualien and not leave Hualien?
I think this make more the opportunities in Hualien is the
You mean job opportunities?
yeah job opportunity.
Is that possible?
Try to. I think it's getting better because we have the new kind of highway, from Taipei to Hualien. It's, Suhuagai, it's a kind of highway. So the traffic time is shorter. So the business is getting better. That's one of
And Barry, you do something similar in Tainan. You participate in a government youth committee as well.
Yes.
And what does that committee do? What are some of the interesting
maybe
things?
with the member of the committee, we discuss the government policy, like the tax. Maybe the tax is heavy loading for the young people.
You mean people who are just starting their careers, maybe they're in their early 20s,
Yes, yeah.
mid-20s. Are taxes that high?
Maybe so, we have to discuss an issue about the tax of the house. Maybe the first house maybe lower tax, second house higher.
Okay.
So maybe in Taiwan people like to invest the house to earn more money, but it's not great for youth people to buy the house in Taiwan. Every young people cannot buy a house very easy. So the tax is an influence for these young people. So we discussed this one. Maybe lower the tax, so make young people to afford it.
Is there a similar problem in Tainan? Do young people leave Tainan to work in, say, Kaohsiung? Do they want to leave to go to the bigger city, or they would prefer to stay in Tainan?
Maybe a lot of my classmates, they leave Tainan, they go to Taipei, come to Taipei, not stay in the south of Taiwan. In Taipei, more job opportunity in there. But in my job, be a lawyer, stay in Tainan is have good development in Thailand. Not necessary to come to Taipei, but maybe the technical job you have to Hsinchu 科学园区. So
but now there's also science and park and technology industry near Tainan as well as growing.
But the headquarters of this company, they are in Hsinchu, not in Tainan. Tainan, there's job in Tainan.
Yeah, it's also a lot of manufacturing, kind of workers. So not necessarily the executive kind of workers. So maybe they kind of need to leave. You deal with a lot of government officials when you do this kind of work. These volunteer for the youth committees. Do the government officials, the mayor of Tainan and the county executives in Hualien, do they really understand young people's problems? Be honest. Tell the truth.
No, not really.
Because they all seem like nice people. It seems like they want to do the right thing for the population.
Recent years, before the government they don't really care about the youth people, young people. But recent years, they make some bureau to take care of the young people. In recent year, from Taoyuan and staff from Taoyuan and every country the government set a bureau to take care of young people in recent years. Before, it's not really.
Does that work though? Is it effective when they set up a new government department to help with young people?
Maybe young people like to run a business. They provide the low
interest loans.
Yes. Try to encourage young people to do the job.
And both you just mentioned businesses, and both of you are involved in being leaders in businesses. Barry, you start your own law firm.
Yes.
And what are some of the leadership skills that you find are really necessary, but maybe young people don't have to lead their own business?
To be patient, to communicate, be patient. Maybe we are always in a rush. Don't spend time to talk to each other.
Well, especially like you said, you're always studying, so you don't talk to people.
Yes, but to run law firm or to my job, also with you, we have to spend a lot of time to talk with our customer, and also in my law firm, with my partner or my employees, we have to talk a lot to provide good law service to my customer.
And Kermit, you're in the design business.
Yeah.
What kind of leadership skills do you need in the design business? Because aren't you just sitting in front of the computer designing most of the time?
Yes, because I was I was the programmer too. So I studied I'm a coding. I coding a lot.
So you don't really need to deal with people then. You just lock
time,
yourself in the room and code.
and then after I found my company, then because I studied website design, so I needed to communication with each of my customer. So lesson is the many important things.
And schools don't teach that in Taiwan, in your opinion?
No, because we always stay in computer, in front of computer.
Barry, when you decided that you wanted to start your own business, a law firm, who was supportive for you? Did you have a family that were very supportive, or an older lawyer that you knew said, "Great, I'm going to help you. I'll refer some clients to you"? Who was a big help to you?
When I get a license on the lawyer, I have to follow the older lawyer to learn more the skill of to be an attorney. But when I leave my boss, I run the law firm independent. I have no client. So that's why I joined JCI to know new people, get more client. My family they help me only in a mental, not really
like
for
a moral, emotional way. They say, yes, we love you, we support you, but if they didn't give you any money or any business.
Yes.
How about you, Kermit? Was there in English we say like a mentor?
Yeah.
Somebody who helped you when you were starting the business or as you were moving up in the industry, or you just had to figure it all out for yourself?
Yes, because I'm the programmer, so I always stay in front of the computer. So my mentor is kind of like we join a lot the coding forum. If I have questions, so I can ask them, and they also start about a lot of skill about it. How can you get a case easier? So I always start online.
So Barry, you mentioned that one of the reasons you joined JCI was to help meet potential clients. Surely you had other reasons though why you wanted to join, not just to find business.
To do more community service, but we earn money and we feedback to the society. It's the second reason to be join the JCI.
How about you, Kermit? Why did you join the JCI? Not now, because now you're kind of in a leadership position. But when you first joined, what was the reason why you joined?
Okay, I have the customer who joined the JCI already, and one time I have the case with him, and after that meeting they take me to their kind of the gallery. So I think it's fun. I can make a lot of people. So after that, I go to my country and I joined the Hualien JCI.
So you mentioned you joined in Hualien originally. Tell our audience a little bit about the structure of JCI in Taiwan.
In Taiwan, we have the 152 chapter.
152, 152.
Yeah, chapter in the whole of Taiwan. But in Hualien only have one. But our members many. It's quite bigger than other chapter.
What's the smallest chapter then?
Because the Hualien is a structure. We have the. You mean the whole?
In Taiwan, what's the smallest chapter by number of people? Is there a chapter with only 5 people or 10 people, or every chapter has 20, 30, 50, 100?
31.
30 or so would be a small chapter. 152, where are all of them? Because you said there's only one in Hualien. So where are the rest of these? Obviously in Taipei, but where are some of the other chapters located?
Maybe every country have the JCI chapter. Maybe like in Taipei City, we have 16 chapters in Taipei City. In my hometown, in Tainan City, have 14 chapters.
So it's almost the same number as in Taipei.
It's mainly 31.
Yeah.
But the biggest, the Taipei JC, over 100 members in the JC Taipei.
Yeah.
And do the chapters, be honest here, mostly men, or is it evenly divided between men and women?
Between men and women, but about 80% is men.
Why is that? How do you get more women to be involved?
Because we have the long history, and before this 10 years, Taiwan is different structure, so that it's really hard to get the women to join JCI. But we try to getting better, because in Japan and Korea we also have the JCI, and they only have 1% women to join.
1%. Well, I mean, in a lot of things, Taiwan is certainly a lot better, right? Well, we have a female president in Taiwan, but we have a lot of female business leaders in Taiwan, much more than you see in Japan.
So we also have the chapter only have the women. We called it like Taipei Woman chapter, kind of like ladies. Oh, sorry,
ladies. Barry, a lot of these kinds of organizations, in my experience, they do get a lot of lawyers because they're always like you. They're looking for business. If somebody goes to a JCI meeting, how many lawyers are they going to meet there besides you? They're going to be like 20% are lawyers. Maybe
almost every chapter. I have one lawyer every chapter, maybe.
Yeah. Why so many lawyers?
Maybe. Recent years, the lawyer people get a lawyer license in recent years is more.
It's increasing.
It's rising. So a lot of lawyers cannot find a
business. So they'll go join all these organizations looking for business.
To join a different club. So from more people and find a potential client.
You mentioned JCI in Korea and Japan. Can you tell us a little bit about JCI globally?
JCI maybe over 100 years. If it start in St. Louis in United States, maybe we have
only 100 countries have the national organizations, and after we set up the national organization, they can fund a lot of the chapter. So but the most bigger area is in the Asia Pacific area.
Why is that?
I think Asia people more interesting about the club or something.
In Taiwan, though, the history is also quite long, though. I think I read it began in 1963 in Taiwan.
Yeah, we have 69 years old.
Wow, that's really extraordinary to keep this going for so many years. Barry, when you meet young people, you said 18 to 40 could participate in JCI, and you tell them about JCI. What is the first thing you say to people about JCI when you describe the organization?
Maybe it's an organization. You can grow up yourself. Maybe we have several personal skill training. Maybe like public speaking, maybe like debating. Maybe we can to learn how to carry out a program to holding activities. It's a lot of opportunities. The young people can learn a lot of skills from the JCI. So in young people may be interesting to grow up himself.
Kermit, what do you tell people when you introduce JCI to them? What's the first thing you say to people about JCI, or why maybe they should consider coming to a meeting?
Yeah, the first thing that I always say is we are not the only young organization. The most important for our organization is training, and we create leaders. So if you want to be young leaders, and you can join JCI. And also we have the different opportunity for youth, like a business opportunity and the society, and also the friendly opportunity and the business opportunity. So I will find that people who want to interested in for different.
Kermit, what happens if somebody says to you, "Oh, Kermit, I'm really shy. I don't like to be a leader. I just want to be a follower."
That's also great, because after follower, you can become leader, and also we have the lot of the public speaking training for prepare for you. I know many people they join JCI is very shy, but after that they are very good in speaking.
Barry, is that your experience as well? That when people join JCI, they might be a little bit shy, but over time, over a few years of participating in the events, do they become a better leader?
Yes, in JCI young people join the JCI, we can do something before you never do. Maybe public speaking, maybe JCI is an organization to provide opportunities. So everyone here can find something you are interested in. So I think it's a great organization for young people.
What if young people say to you, Barry, I'm just too busy for this. I have graduate school, or I just started a new job. Young people just starting their career. They say, I'm busy with my girlfriend or my boyfriend. I just don't have time for an activity like this. What would you tell a young person?
JCI did not spend your time very much. Maybe you can join the meeting or activity once per month. So it doesn't spend a lot of time. In my career this year, maybe I'm be a Secretary General for JCI Taiwan. It will spend a lot of time. It depends on everyone who pay his time to different position. So maybe young people can spend less time in organization.
But Kermit, do you ever get that feedback as well? That people say, Kermit, I just don't have the time for this. And what do you tell them?
The people always don't have many time, so
I would tell them to stop playing video games or stop looking at their phone and do something productive with their time.
Yes, it's depend on if it works for you. If you think you come into JCI during our gathering or something, like our meeting, if you can get something, you will spend more time. You can try first.
What are the requirements to become a member? Do you just pay a fee and you become a member, or you in the leadership, do you actually review people's background and determine whether or not they're suitable to be members? How does that process work?
Maybe the first is he have to be 18 to 40 years old, and maybe the fee of different chapter maybe from $10,000 to $20,000 per year. So it's necessary.
So people need to they need to be working and be able to afford the fee. This is not really for students, right?
Yes.
It's for people who are already working. But other requirements besides just being 18 to 40 and paying a fee, or as long as somebody's 18 to 40 and they pay the fee, they could be a member.
Yes.
But first, you need to come to our board meeting, and after our board will accept you can join, and you can join.
So does somebody need to recommend them?
Maybe.
Barry, someone needs to say like I agree Ross should be a member.
The young people came to our board meeting to introduce himself to everyone. Let everyone know him, to recognize he's a good person. To join this organization can make everyone a better life. So, okay, welcome.
Well, on that happy note, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about the Junior Chamber International's activities and some of their more well-known awards. You're listening to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station.
It's been like a whole day since I stopped, so you could hold me. But this child awaits, strong in the faith.
Welcome back to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station. Our guests today are Barry Huang and Kermit Ho from JCI, Junior Chamber International. Let's talk a bit more detail about the activities of the JCI here in Taipei. Barry, give us an example of some of the recent activities that you have attended from the JCI.
The activity. Maybe recent years we have a project to clean the road mirror. Road mirror is about traffic safety. So maybe no people to clean, it will be dirty, cannot reflect the real traffic. So every youth festival, we will 105 all the chapter in Taiwan. We together to clean up every county, every mural in our community. This is the main project this year.
All over, and you're doing that all over Taiwan.
Yes.
Well, what about some of the kind of you mentioned before speaker training and things like that, or social gathering. What are some examples of activities that you've participated in recently?
We have competition about the public speaking. Maybe a new member join the JCI, we have the opportunity in a board meeting to welcome the new member. He may have to immediate to deliver his speech in 3 minutes. Maybe a great challenge for the new member, but you will grow up through this experience. After this speech, and we will give him training and training. Maybe we will carry out a competition in certain months from the county and maybe South Regional or Central Region of Taiwan, and finally came to our national convention to JCI Taiwan, all the members to here to join the public speaking competition. So through this competition, we can get more and more people to do better.
Kermit, how about you? What are some examples of recent activities that you've attended from JCI?
Yes, because we have the many area, and we will have the kind of sport activities. We play the golf and the baseball and the basketball, and also we have the debating championship. It's every chapter can join that, and then finally we have the champion in Taiwan, and also the public speaking also have championship, and the kind of the public corner every chapter can join in the March 29th. Yeah.
Well, what are the details of that event? What do people have to do?
Just clean the mirror in your society, the corner mirror, and just clean that and keep it clean. And
do they have to take photos to
take
prove
photo,
that they clean the mirrors on the roads?
Yeah. Take photo. We go to the news and share the experience to everyone.
And does the government support that activity?
Yeah,
They're
also,
happy that you're cleaning the road mirrors for them?
Also, government will join us because we have the national organization part for, our national president will take our national board member to go to clean together too.
What about in other cities and counties in Taiwan? I mean, you mentioned the various kinds of debate and speaking opportunities, golf, baseball. In other parts of Taiwan, are the clubs, the chapters, equally active? Do they have the same level of events throughout Taiwan, or is it more big city like Taipei where you have a greater number of events?
You mean in JCI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in the south area, we have many chapters. So our activity in the south area is very high quality. Okay.
Yes. So it's just as active in southern Taiwan as it is in Taipei or the big cities?
Yeah, not only in Taipei. Yeah.
Oh, the JCI is really well known for a very special award. It's this Outstanding Young Person Award. The name in Mandarin is the 世大杰出青年. Tell us about this award.
In JCI, the World Congress, the JCI, it has the elect 10 outstanding young person every year. But from Taiwan, maybe Taiwan JCI have 69 years already, but in the 10th anniversary, so we hold the first TOYP for Taiwan. The main purpose of holding this election to find every different, maybe in the labor, in the social service, different area.
Different areas of society.
Yeah. To find these people, the great young person, to encourage the people in Taiwan, tell the people we have someone who work very hard, he can be our model. We can
tell a good story.
Tell us this outstanding young person the story to share with the people, to encourage the people. We can be a better man.
Or woman, man or woman. Yeah.
Man, woman, also.
What's the process for people to win the award? Like, is there a committee that, how do you submit a nomination? Who propose the potential winners? How does that work?
Maybe in February or March we start this election. We will deliver the message of the election for every organization, maybe in a school, university, or government, to deliver our message. So we JCI have this election. So everyone to
Nominate people.
nomination of people to hear, and we will act 立法院长. We will 请
The legislative UN speaker.
Government.
Yeah.
government to judge this who will be better in every different area.
So how many names do you start with at the beginning of the process? Are there like 1,000 nominations, and what's the starting number?
Also,
every
100 to 1,000. So, yeah. 对吧？100多个。
Every year, almost average maybe 200 nominations every year.
And do you have like a lot of arguments about how to get that down to 10? That must be pretty difficult to go from 200 to 10.
Well, it's a difficult job, but we have several steps from 200 to 10. So maybe 初审.
We have the two part of our, how can I say 评审?
The judges or the evaluation.
We have the two part, and the first part is from the university, our government, and the second part is the winner before, like all kind of like a more higher government level to take this part. So we have 2 times separate these different.
Barry, I noticed that this award, it's actually quite well known in Taiwan, and every year when the winners are announced, there's a lot of media coverage as well. Why is that? Why is this award so well known? Why does it get so much attention?
Maybe these young people will be very famous. Maybe the Major League player Chen Ming-wang, or the singer, maybe Xiao Jinteng, and a lot of the sport and the singer will be well known. So because of these 2 area people, 10 outstanding young person will be known in Taiwan. The media will report it.
What about some of the winners are not famous people, though, correct? Some of them,
Yes,
as you said, they're contributing in other ways to Taiwan's society. How do you make sure that the media gives attention to the other winners and not just the famous singer or the baseball player?
It's a little bit difficult. The media like the famous people. Maybe we have a young TOYP. He is agriculture for new rice. It may be the rice easy to grow and easy to eat, but he's not well known. He's not well known.
Yeah, it's not a singer, he's not a baseball player, but yeah, it's very important.
It's very important to our life. So we cannot ask for media to more focus on the agriculture, but I cannot. The media, I like well-known people.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess that's understandable. But does that cause some people to say to you, Kermit, why are you giving this kind of award to a singer or a baseball player? They're already famous. They're already outstanding. Why are you giving them another award?
Because the category, they call it the artist. And the artist awards may be always the famous singer or a player. They can get these awards because you are great in your job. Yeah.
So even if they're already famous, you're still going to give them an award because they're really great at being famous.
So like Jackie Chan.
The president also Is she involved with the award ceremony? Because I saw some photos where the award winners get to meet the president.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we have take the winner to meet the president.
And what does the president say when she meets the award winners? Does she only say thank you, or does she actually say something more to show the appreciation for their contributions?
Okay. Next time, and because we cannot join inside, so we not.
It's a big secret what the president says.
We don't know actually, but we can see the photo and some video by our Su Zhenchang, he's also our JCI member before.
Okay, the premier.
That time he meets the TOIP winners. He make a speech like, we always need the kind of people make our society better. It's kind of that. They just encourage them. Yeah. And he says the 20 years ago he joined the TOIP ceremony for the first time, and he was a member, but he had fallen in love with their story. Yeah.
And do the winners of the award, do they then do anything to represent Taiwan internationally?
Yeah, we will. After because we have the area aspects, we have an area ceremony. So we will send. They will have Asia Pacific areas, the 10,000 young people, and also the whole award, the JCI TOYP award. So
every other country also has this similar award.
Yeah.
And then they all get together, and do they kind of argue about who's a better award winner, who's a better singer?
every country make their own TOYP, like Hong Kong and Macau and Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore. They do that themselves, but we can send our winner to the whole world,
the global
10-1. Where in our World Congress we will have the ceremony for that. So if you are really great for the world, you can join that.
Well, hopefully Taiwan will be represented.
Before we have the 2 or 3 people to get an award too.
Barry, I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Don't get nervous though. A lot of non-government organizations in Taiwan, when they participate internationally, they get pressure about their name or from China. They say, call them Chinese Taipei, don't call them Taiwan. Does JCI face any of these pressures when you participate internationally?
Actually, JCI in the national Congress or the meeting, JCI Taiwan, we use Taiwan this word. We don't under pressure. We don't have to tolerate like Chinese Taipei. We don't have to. So every year we go to the president, meet the president Tsai Ing-wen. He's very proud. Say that JCI do the 国民外交 very well.
Yeah, it's like the non-government diplomacy, right? The people's diplomacy.
Yes, and I think the main reason we can use JCI Taiwan this word is that China did not be a national member in JCI. Maybe in the near future, China will be a member of JCI, but before that, we still can use JCI Taiwan this word.
And what if China joins? They say you got to change the name. What will you do, Barry?
Maybe in a JCI globally, they resist from China. They don't. Actually, China not really a liberty country. So, but in our JCI creed, liberty is the main purpose of our organization. So they still resist from China. Do not let China enter this organization. So before that, maybe we can use Taiwan for many years.
Well, let's hope so. Kermit, Barry just mentioned that the creed, the belief of the JCI includes liberty. What other beliefs are there? We talk so much about leadership training and awarding people for their contributions to society, like the young outstanding young persons award. But what are some of the other core, real special beliefs of JCI?
The main purpose from JCI, we like to world peace, but it's very difficult to meet a goal. So we do a lot of job, but maybe the United Nations is the partner with the JCI. Maybe we can do the project like Sustainable Development Goals. So.
And does the Taiwan chapter get to participate in those things, even though Taiwan's not a member of the United Nations?
But we still run the operation, the project. Every chapter in JCI Taiwan, we carry out different programs for local chapters. So we wish we can, although we are not a UN member, but as a part of this world, we wish be a better world to do more good things for this world. Maybe in this year we have two main goals in sustainable development goals, like quality education. Maybe we can collect all the resources in the society to deliver for people who need good education. It's very important. Good education maybe will good future. So in this year, 2021, JCI Taiwan will focus on quality education.
Of course, the big issue in 2020 and now still in 2021 was the COVID-19, the 新冠肺炎. Kermit, how did that affect the activities in Taiwan?
In the last years, when the COVID-19 just started up, and we try to start our training, because we always our training is more than 15 people, 100 people. So we start our training by 2 run, and but we didn't stop the outside activity. We keep going the outside activity, but we asked the people to have the mask or something. We do a lot of the things for that, and also we donate a lot of the mask to our friendship, our sistership, the national organizations.
Barry, what about internationally? Kermit just mentioned that Taiwan chapter donate masks, but were you unable to attend global or regional activities because of the COVID-19? Were these kinds of activities canceled? Meeting other chapters around the world?
We don't have the physically meeting actually, but the technique online meeting, maybe through a different app, we can have online meeting. Due to the COVID-19, although we cannot face to face, but the app we can also run the board meeting. We can have the activity. Also, we discuss the important issue through the
online. You mean with chapters outside Taiwan, with international or regional?
Although even in Taiwan, maybe the COVID-19 really serious. Everyone do not go out to join a physical meeting. Even in Taiwan, we have online meeting or online training to reduce the face-to-face, the risk of the COVID-19.
Do you think that's going to help attract more members over time? Because you could tell people, look, you don't need to come physically. You could just sit at home or in your office and join the meetings online. Or you prefer face-to-face still?
Actually, in Taiwan, we have Taiwanese 见面三文件. We face-to-face more emotional community, but online meeting is not very close to each other, so it's not good. So member spending is the JCI every year will important issue, but due to COVID-19, 2020 or 2021, we cannot expand more members for our organization. So we wish this COVID-19 will end as soon as possible.
Of course, we all do. You mentioned attracting new members. Very quickly, let's talk about the other side of that. You said the JCI is for people from 18 to 40. What happens when somebody gets to their 40th birthday? You just throw them out? What happens?
It's by we
have the club for them. It's called OB part. It's like committee in our organizations. So after that, they can join that, and they have gathering together every month. The same, but they didn't care our business anymore.
It's more like an alumni association.
Yes, kind of the caring part.
For the old people, the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
over 40.
Yes, yes.
Do you have some kind of farewell party for them, Barry, when somebody reaches 40 years old and they can't be part of the main JCI anymore? You have a party for them? Say thank you, you're 40, goodbye.
We have a ceremony. Well, thank you for your efforts for the JCI. We will I don't know what to say.
Kind of a graduation.
Graduation, yes, a graduation for someone who over 40 years old.
Are people are they sad about that when they reach 40? And Barry, does anyone say like, Barry, can I just secretly still be a part of the JCA?
No, it really, I imagine that if I'm over 40 years, I will be sad.
You'll be crying?
Yes, maybe I will be, because I really pay a lot of time and my heart to this organization. So maybe in
a few years, you don't have to tell us your age. But it's going to happen to you. But you know that, right? I mean, when you get involved and you become part of the leadership, because both of you are part of the leader, I mean, you know that time is coming.
Yes.
When you reach 40, that's it. You're out.
Yes.
But that's I mean, that's good for the organization, though, right? A turnover, training other people, right? Kermit, you're starting to look kind of sad now.
Yeah, usually we meet a new friends and different JCI chapter. Maybe we will always say how many years you left.
How many years do you have left?
Yeah.
But again, I mean that's just the reality. Barry, give us a preview. In 2021, what should the public expect from JCI? If I read a news article 6 months from now about JCI, if I see like a Métis 报告 that mentioned JCI in the future, this year, what's it going to talk about?
就是这个这半年的媒体报告，我们的主要的。
What kind of special things will people see about JCI this year?
This half year.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about the sustainable development goal with the UN. It's our main
thing is the sustainable UN.
Yes, the quality education is the first goal, and the second goal is the ocean living. We have to, just like Kermit said, we clean the beach to make a good environment. It's our main goal for this year.
Kermit, how about you? 6 months from now, 9 months from now, if somebody reads a newspaper article about JCI in Taiwan, what will they be reading about? What will be the news from JCI?
I think because we are from national organization, so we have the same goal to finish that, and also we have for the international part that we will donate the how can I say that the sun elite board to the Myanmar. So we will donate to them. So that's with a good part in the maybe 3 months or 4 months later.
And Kermit, we're almost out of time, so very quickly, if somebody wants to find out more information about JCI in Taiwan, what's the website they should go to?
They can go to the www.jcitaiwan.org.
Maybe on Facebook, search for JCI.
.org.cc or something. You can go to jci.cc, it's better.
JCI.cc.
Yeah, it's first.
Okay, and they'll find the Taiwan chapter that way.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific. Well, I'm so happy to have had you guys on to tell us about JCI in Taiwan. I've been joined by Barry Huang and Kermit Ho from Junior Chamber International in Taiwan. Thank you for listening to Residence Messenger. I'm Ross Feingold. Have a good weekend.